If I catch a fish now, I'm gonna have to fish it. There we go. What the hell? Good morning. Today we got the mystery tackle box, panfish and trout edition. This is box number
278.
278. So we're gonna crack this bad boy open and we're gonna do a challenge today.
I'm gonna win.
He's gonna win. Okay, so we're gonna do the slam. We're gonna try to catch a fish on every lure in this box to complete the slam. So the rules are simple. Whoever can complete the task by catching a fish on every lure in this box wins. Simple as that. If you lose a lure, then I guess by default you forfeit a fish in a sense. So you better hope you don't lose anything, and you better hope you catch some fish. And we're gonna see who wins this bad boy today. So without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. Back again with the Dunkin' Donuts, by the way. Dunkin', hit us up already. Come on, man.
I have heard that. Box within a box.
Box within a box. All right, cool. So this is pretty sweet. So just real quick as we go through this, so mystery tackle box is pretty cool, man. It's like a subscription-based kind of thing, and you get lures sent to your house every month, which is pretty awesome. You get new tackle, new things to try. There's various different, species and whatnot. This is the panfish and trout edition. There's also bass and
walleye.
Walleye, yeah, I do remember seeing that. So there's various different things, subscription-based. Get lures sent to your door, and yeah, man, it's cool. It's a cool way to try different things. It's a cool way to learn a little bit, that kind of stuff. Expand your horizons. Have a couple more tricks in the bag. So we're gonna open this bad boy up and see what we got, because this, it's gonna be interesting. We got nothing but stickers in there.
Can't fish with them.
Yeah, can't. Oh, see a blade bait. What do we got? Okay, so number one, we have
That is tiny.
It is, little guy. The chinchilla. So this looks like a little swim bait kind of deal. All right. Sweet, man.
It's actually perfect for
that thing's little, man. That thing's like little. All right, so lure number one. That'll definitely catch it. Lure number two.
Little blade bait.
No blade bait. So this is a lunker hunt blade bait. Oh, this is a Carl's, by the way. Carl's bait. The chinchilla dives 1 to 4 feet. We got a little blade bait. We got
spoon action.
Oh, spoon. Okay, that's a good one. Hey, that'll catch.
Crappie jigs.
Okay,
1/16 of an ounce.
1/16 of an ounce crappie jigs with the feather thing going on. So, and then the last thing in the box, we just got plastics. What? All right, so we got plastics. So I guess by default, we're gonna have to use our own jigs for this, which we do have. So, all right. We're gonna make an executive decision right now. We're able to use our own jigs and float. Nothing else. It's a little casting spoon. It's got a little flake on one side. A little bit of sunlight hits it. Does a little flashy flash, which is definitely a good thing. This thing will be really good for trout on a sunny day, man. Any kind of little creek or river. Fishing this spoon with this little flake on there, man, you would knock them out. But we're gonna keep on trying this thing for panfish or whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're just fishing a panfish box. So you can catch all different types of species here. Anything from, your sunfish and crappie, perch. You got white and yellow. You can catch some interesting stuff, rockfish, pickerel, snakehead. There we go. All right, we're on. Little guy. It's a little guy. It's a little guy. But it's a panfish, and we're on the board. And we got a fish on the spoon, and it's a yellow perch, baby. It's a nice yellow. Beautiful yellow perch to start the day on the spoon. So my first fish on the spoon is complete. Super nice yellow perch to start the day on the spoon. So my first lure is done, and she swam off, and we're good to go. All right, the next lure I'm gonna try is the Carl's Bait Chihuahua. This dives 1 to 4 feet. It's a little swim bait. So I'm gonna get this thing tied on. Bait number 2, Carl's Bait Chihuahua. It's a little mini swim bait. So we're gonna toss this thing around and see if I can get another fish. So right off the bat, fishing with this little Chihuahua, man, this thing has great action. I mean, it does, man. This thing swims really nicely in the water. Can't cast it as far as the spoon. So where I'm fishing right now, it's gonna be a little bit harder to hit my spots, but the action of the bait, if I can get this thing just running through one of those little schools of fish, I should be able to trigger a bite on this guy. Because this thing looks great. This thing looks really good. One thing I will make a note of, while we have a moving tide, so this is a tidal river that we're fishing. Although it looks like a pond, it's still part of a river, and it's tidal water. And the thing about it is, you know, we got an incoming tide till about 8 a.m. and I think we only got about an hour and a half maybe after that. So I'm going to use anything that, you know, swim bait style things. The spoon, this Chihuahua. I got that blade bait that I'm going to throw as well. But all of those lures, I'm going to fish with the incoming tide while I got a moving tide. And I'm going to switch over to the jigs. We got the feather jig, the crappie jigs, and all that kind of stuff. I'll switch over to those when the tide starts to get slack. So I'm going to keep on fishing this guy for the time being, and then, like I said, once that tide starts to slow down and switch over, I'll switch over to those crappie jigs or whatever for a little bit and see if I can get a panfish or 2 off of them. But in the interim, we're going to keep on throwing, keep on throwing. There he is. There he is. Little largemouth. Little largemouth off the Chihuahua. Louise, man. He's gone. I couldn't hold on to him. Largemouth, dink, 10-inch yellow perch so far in the mystery tackle box, and we're going to tie on the blade bait. Like I was saying, with this tide moving till 8 o'clock, I got another hour or so of a moving tide, and I want to keep on fishing any kind of cast and retrieve lure, and I'll save the crappie jigs and stuff for last, because on a slack tide I can just hang some brush and I can go over, you know, across the pond a little bit. There's a bunch of trees and stuff like that kind of hang over there, so I should be able to just drop that thing down and boop, done. So that was my strategy this morning, knowing the tides, incoming tide. I'm going to fish any kind of swim bait, you know, the spoons, that kind of stuff first, and then with the tide slacking off, because we don't have a lot of time today, I'm going to switch over to the crappie jigs and go. I think I'm going to leave. I think I'm going to go over there. So I want to be able to cast that point. I want to fish off that shore. I really want to be able to get this bait out. So I'm going to take the blade bait and I'm going to move. I'm out of here. Walking the trail. So we're going to get to this other side. Got a lot deeper water to fish. So I'm fishing blade baits. I know those things are going to get down a little bit, you know. But I got to complete the slam first. So I got to catch a fish on this bait bait to start. The moment I do that, I'll go to that crappie jig and I don't have any jigs on me. Adam's got them, so I'm gonna have to wait. So if I catch a fish now, I'm gonna have to fish it. There we go. What the hell? What? I caught 2 little bass on the... Dude, I caught 2 bass on the Beyblade. I've never done that. What in the world? I didn't know what I was pulling in, man, but that is hilarious. That is funny. Like, I literally caught 2 baby bass that are identical in size on the Beyblade, man. That is so funny. Let me get both of these guys unhooked, and then we'll keep fishing it. We'll keep fishing this thing. That's really cool, man. So fishing is full of first, man. How cool is that? I've never done that before. That was a lot of fun. That was so strange, man. That was so strange because it hit hard. It was kind of like I thought it was a snag after I felt the hit and I was like, what in the world? And then things kind of got a little weird. Yeah, 2 fish on 1 bait on this small little Beyblade, man. That is hilarious. So, all right, so for the crappie jigs, I need Adam to get over here because we agreed in the beginning of the video that we can use a float and we can use our own jigs for the soft plastics that came with the mystery tackle box. So with that being said, slow. Oh, just missed them. Just missed them. So that may be the key. You always got to adjust with this panfish stuff, man. People think it's easy. It's not. It really isn't. I mean, casting and retrieving lures and that kind of stuff, you know, in a school of fish, okay, fine, whatever. But like, no lie, man. I mean, just fishing these jigs, and it takes a little bit of time and practice, man. And once you understand or learn a body of water, it becomes a little bit easier. But it's not as easy as everybody thinks, man. They just think, oh, panfish, little worm. Not really, man. It takes a little bit of time to master this, but just gonna keep on slowly trolling this bait. Oh, so that's definitely working. So I've had 2 bites doing that, and that's more bites than I've had all day with this thing. Well, over the last half hour. That concludes the mystery tackle box panfish slam. It was a pretty eventful day, to say the least. I caught 1 fish, really nice yellow perch on the spoon. I caught a little bass on the Chihuahua from Carl's Baits, and I caught 2 bass on the same bait, on the same cast, on the blade bait, which was something I've never done before, man. I've never caught 2 fish at the same time with 1 lure. Never done it, but that was cool. And as for these guys, I saved what I thought I would be able to catch the easiest for last. And sure enough, this is the hill I died on. Because I thought for sure, standing over some of the structure like this, and like that I would have definitely been able to catch a panfish with one of these jigs in a float. And for some reason, man, it must have been the tide. You know, it started to slack off. We didn't have long to fish. We only fished for 2.5 hours, 3 hours. And yeah, it was enough, man, for me to literally like not be able to catch anything on what I thought for sure I was going to catch on. Crazy. That's how it goes, man. And that's like the beauty of mystery tackle box, man. You know, you get to try a couple different lures, some things that may be new to you, and you get to try them out, man. And for some odd reason, panfish jig, I couldn't get one on. What in the world, man? That is just crazy. And I fished that feather jig for, dude, an hour and a half. I fished that thing, man, and I was just whiffing, just duffing, dude. I got a couple hits, but it was just duff city out there, man. Just whiffing. Just can't catch them. Couldn't catch them. So till next time, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna be doing, but I ain't doing this again for a little bit. I'm gonna give that a cool off, and I'm gonna go do something else, man. See you.